What's
Hello.
up?
How's it going? Good to see you.
I know. How are you?
Good. I can't complain.
Okay, yeah. It's been a while. I know I haven't seen you for a couple of years,
I
but
know.
yeah. Just I know during this crazy time first, you know, how has it been for you creating music? Like different? Has it been different for you, or has it just been like organic, like usual?
It's been organic like usual. My
Okay.
mind is always in the right place when I'm creating music, and I actually released something that I created in 2018 this year, Space and Time, because of the pandemic. I figured it would restore a little bit of hope within people. It's definitely a very uplifting record. So shout out
Yes.
to the producers, Louis York.
That's awesome and like to hear that because I feel like so many people I've talked to, it's like, oh, it's so different, and I'm like, well, yes and no, because when you're in the studio, I feel like,
It's
well, I don't
improved.
personally know, but what I've heard is like it's just you and usually your engineer and your little team or less than that sometimes. So I'm like, well, it can't be that different. I feel with the pandemic because you could still do what you want to do. I feel so.
Music is therapy, so
Exactly.
it's
Oh,
great to be able to
100%.
share it with other people
Well, yeah,
with
like
that
I said,
intention.
right? I want to ask you, I haven't seen you since in London. I interviewed you in 2018 at the
Mhm.
O2. I think it was O2 Arena, one of the venues in there, and it was super dope. It was
Indigo.
the Indigo, yes, the Indigo, and it was with Blackstreet and Case.
Yeah.
And yes, it was super dope, and I love when you sang "Take You There" with Blackstreet.
Right? So
Yeah, it was
unexpected.
so
Impromptu.
unexpected, but so needed. I feel because it just an amazing song you made, at that time, and just to hear it that many years later was just so awesome. And I know right before the pandemic,
Mhm.
you had a huge UK and what was it, Ireland as well. How was that? Because the photos I've seen, it looked like a blast. Like it just looked super dope.
It was a very busy tour, but it was great as always. I was excited to take my crew overseas and just capture some good visuals and have a good time too. We did have a great time in Ireland. We did the traditional Ireland thing, which was our first stop. Oh man, we got twisted and torn up from the floor up the first night of tour. It
And
was
the
great.
first, hey, you got to bring it in with a bang. That makes sense.
Yeah, and I only had wine and I was lit. I was super turned up.
I want to ask you, how many shows altogether was there tour? Was it a lot? And what was your favorite city, I guess, would you say?
I can't quite remember how many cities, but we were over there for probably about 3 weeks.
3 weeks? Okay.
Yeah, end of February into March sometime. I know the travel ban was already in place when we were still over there.
Was it? Or
Yeah, we didn't know if we were
wow.
going to be able to get back.
How were you feeling though at that time, like when that happened, like everything? Because it was so. Half of the people I feel were saying like, "Oh, it's nothing," and then it really happened because it was so like he said, she said. I feel at one point, like during
It
February,
was so
March.
new, we didn't necessarily know what to think. And you only really see people in the airport sparingly wear masks here and there, and they're usually
Yeah.
from Asian territories,
Mm-hmm.
because that's a cultural thing there to just kind of be courteous and put your mask on when you're sick. And
Mm-hmm.
now it's a global thing,
Yeah.
everywhere. So we had our masks on um, at the beginning of tour just to be safe,
Yeah.
especially through the airports. It was not yet a policy, but to see the world change like that overnight was
Yeah.
definitely unexpected because we've never really lived through a global pandemic in
Mm-hmm.
our lifetimes. We've had the swine flu, we've had the bird flu, but it's only hit certain regions. So it's actually affected the entire world. And at least there is a little bit of positive outlook with the world coming together and showing
Yes.
each other compassion during these times and relating to each other's human experience. So that's been the good side of things, people getting closer, connected, and more understanding of each other as it pertains
100%.
to how we're feeling, our
Mm-hmm.
spirits, what we're going through, and loved ones, of course.
Mm-hmm. Definitely. But like, what was what were some of your favorite moments besides the first night you said that tour? What really stood out to you this time around? Because like I said, I just really liked the photos I seen and like some videos I seen of snippets people took from the audience. Like it was a vibe.
Well, our last day, we took a day off actually after the last tour show, and we went to a spot called Baja Vegan, and that is in Birmingham, England.
Okay.
And it has the most delicious vegan food ever that I've ever tasted. And so we grubbed on that 2 nights in a row.
Okay.
We actually went to the restaurant on our night off and
Okay.
we just had a beautiful feast. I cooked some of my specialty desserts and shared it
Okay.
with the staff as well as my crew. Yeah, it was delicious. So that was the most memorable to celebrate and be
Celebrate. Okay.
thankful.
Dope.
Hmm.
Dope. Well, yeah, I got to talk about because this year it's the 20-year reunion.
Oh, wow.
Well, 20, not sorry, 20-year anniversary. This is the vinyl. I got it off of eBay like a little while ago.
I know
This
what
is
you
like,
meant.
yeah, it's like limited edition, I feel.
I
But
probably don't even have it.
you know, I'll get you one. I'm gonna get you one. Um, but going like it's crazy to believe that album is 20 years. I feel like I still listen to songs off the album like they were from yesterday. What are some of your favorite moments in just creating that project? How was it for you? Because I know it was only your second project for yourself.
The second project, I just remember being in the studio a lot with Wyclef. And
Okay.
I only got to work with Tricky Stewart once on that project. But then for the Mood Ring album, I worked with him a lot, which was the
Okay.
third album. And I got together with Shakespeare and Candy down in Atlanta at Red Zone Studios during that time. But I worked with Wyclef the most throughout the album. And then I had one-off producers here and there like Man in My Life. Robin Thicke was also a big producer throughout that album.
Hmm.
We had three cuts on
Okay.
that project. Now or Never, Taking Me Over, No Tears on My Pillow. And so
Okay.
before Robin became a popular artist, he was, of course, already doing his thing as an artist, but great composer, songwriter, producer, musician.
Yeah. What's one of your favorite performances you have done from that era? Would you say from Fear of Flying?
Fear of Flying. Ooh, that,
Because
that
you've
was all a
got
blur.
really.
I don't really know what my favorite performance is from that particular era. I do remember performing Case of the X. It's more of an embarrassing performance. Case of the X, I remember performing that in the UK somewhere. I think it was Top of the Pops,
Top of the Pop. Let's say Top of the Pops or
probably London.
CBUK.
And the stylist, she made me this jumpsuit, but the material is split in the middle of me performing
Oh,
live on television, right on my bum bum. So we had to do like a retaping or something. But the audience was around all four corners of me. So it was embarrassing, but I kept going. But I
yeah.
did change, and luckily I had another backup performance um, piece.
Well, that's awesome to know. Yeah. Well, no, it was such, and I love that you released for the 20th anniversary like an expanded edition too. I thought that was
Yeah,
super dope.
this
Like just
year.
yeah, that was super dope. I was so happy like just to hear some what was it remixes and some unreleased tracks or different tracks. Like it was super dope. Like I love that. And it's crazy too to believe that next year Lady Marmalade is 20 years old.
Yeah, reunion time.
Exact. So have you talked to them at all
Of course,
regarding?
I've talked to Little Kim because we
Exa-
did the Girls Cruise show last year, which was a lot of fun. We played
yeah,
pranks
well,
in
I'm
her
gonna talk about
airport.
that too because.
But yeah, I haven't spoken to Christina or Pink directly this year.
Okay.
But I've, of course, liked their pictures and their posts and stuff like that. So indirectly, I guess, communicating. But No, we haven't had like a full group powwow about what we're going to do, if we're going to do something, what the world is going to look like. Can we do
True.
something? Obviously, the budget matters because we're all female artists. And I
Mm-hmm.
ran into Missy a couple of years ago in a store that we like to shop at. But other than that, Rockwilder and I spoke this year. He's a
Okay.
producer on the song.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, hopefully something can happen. I get asked that often in interviews about Lady Marmalade. Are we gonna get back together and perform, again?
Yeah, because your two performances of it with, what was it, the MTV Movie Awards, and then it was the Grammys.
Mm-hmm.
They were both just, uh, yeah, monumental, I feel, will go down in history as, yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, it's to have four powerful female artists that are taking over the industry together and just a classic like that song was just a moment for sure. So I can't wait. I'm sure these are going to do something. Like you said, though, with we don't know exactly what's going to happen still because
Mm-hmm.
hopefully shows or something will be a little normal. Let's pray. Keep my
We
hand.
shall
Yeah, you
see.
know. Yeah, but I can't wait. Like I just know it's gonna be a moment when you do it. Just and 20 years later, that just blows my mind. Like
Makes no sense.
none at all. None at all. Exactly. It's just like we went like we took like we fell asleep for a day. I mean, fell asleep for 20 years, and it's like here. I'm just like,
When we were kids, that just sounded like a long time from now.
yeah,
20 years old sounded like an old person. 30
exactly.
sounded like
Yeah,
ancient. 40, forget it, senior citizen over the hill. And now we're
exactly.
here, and I feel younger.
True, true, true,
And I
true.
dance better, and I sing better, and I only get better. I feel better. So, I mean, the perception of age has totally reversed as an adult, of course, when I hit those marks. But when you're a kid and you're thinking about, oh my gosh, 18 years old, I'm going to have a car. Oh, wow. Or
Uh-huh.
16, it's a
Yep.
stretch. But you get there and you're like, oh, this is it? Okay. All right, cool. And then 21 is right around the corner. And then 25, oh no, I'm about to be
Yep.
30. It's hilarious. The time is an illusion. It's all about what you make it. And
Definitely.
years don't
100%.
necessarily mean old.
Yes, I 100%. Because some people that are younger act older than people that are older, and yeah, it's aging not but a number at all. And
Exactly.
what else I want to talk about is two of my favorite tribute ever, like just the whole performance overall from every artist, but you were part of two of, I feel like, monumental tributes that we don't see them, I feel, as much for, they're around, but like they passed away, I feel. I feel they don't have them enough for the artists that are still here. I think we need more of them, and you did that for Janet Jackson when it was you, Pink, and Usher. Amazing. Like, they need to do Icon again. And you also did the performance tribute for Michael Jackson with Whitney Houston and Usher. I mean, how was it getting them calls just to be a part of two monumental tribute performances?
Pretty surreal, but
Yeah,
fast. So it kind of goes over your head and you begin to prepare for it.
yeah.
And then it becomes a blur. Like, oh my gosh, did I just really meet Michael Jackson? Did he just call me on the phone and sing happy birthday to me? Oh my gosh, like what's going on? But yeah, it happens also fast
Yeah.
when you are preparing for something, unless, of course, you're preparing over a course of months or years. But, in
Mm-hmm.
a way, you have been all your life
Yeah,
after
true.
looking up to these inspirations and icons who have influenced you.
Yeah.
And your moment is here. So it was surreal for all of us. I speak on behalf of many of us artists because those are legends. And not just
Yes.
legends, but phenomenons,
Mm-hmm.
that had something special beyond just a basic gift and talent. And then the character. So it was amazing. And I was
Yeah.
just blown away and still very, very fortunate to have met and spoken to and been mentored by
Yeah.
some that have definitely
Well,
made a difference in my life.
yeah. Well, I was gonna say, like, to sing for Michael Jackson and then you're on stage with Whitney Houston, it's like mind blowing because it's a legend with another legend you're performing with for another legend. That I'm just like, I wonder what Maya and Usher were going through because that had to be so like crazy. Because I remember that show particularly because people were paying like thousands and thousands of dollars to get to that. I think it wasn't it Madison Square Garden, I think.
Yeah.
Right? Yeah. I remember it was a
Hmm.
huge like I remember people trying to find tickets anywhere and everywhere. So yeah, that yeah, I that was just amazing. Like one of the best ever. I don't think there's ever been a better tribute, especially with that one. And it had everyone in it. But yeah, that was you have some awesome memories for that. And I'm sure you have tons of photos and behind the scenes stuff you could remember. That's just so awesome. Like, yeah,
Memories I will hold forever with me.
definitely. Yeah. But also tomorrow, Sugar and Spice, it's its anniversary. And I know that was your first project independently.
Hmm.
So tell me about like how was that transition for you? And just to know like your first, that was your first project. How was it for you?
Well, I recorded Sugar and Spice in my own studio,
Awesome.
and I engineered a lot of it, mostly all of it. And I got together with one of the producers I started working with, actually, songwriter that I started
Okay.
working with while I was working on the Beauty in the Streets Volume 1 mixtape,
Okay.
which I started working on first before Sugar and Spice down in Houston, Texas, Fifth Ward, shout out. And Sugar and Spice Business was together first, and they were ready to put it out first, so I went with that first in Japan. It
Okay.
was
Yeah.
exclusive to just that one territory, of course, and that's how the deal was structured. But there was a very talented writer that I met named Simo out of Houston, Texas, and I flew him to Maryland, where my studio was, and he and I just locked out. And so that was the first project that I fully executive produced. I gathered
Mm-hmm.
all the production and the beats and some of the songs, and we started writing together. And then I started recording myself. And so not only that, as far as the recording and creative process as executive producer, but I did a lot of the paperwork,
Mm-hmm.
and I used some of the templates that my legal Tamayu, who I still work with this to this day, and apply that to all of my future projects. And we still work together on some things as well. But that's really, really where I got my feet wet in how to run my independent label and how
Mm-hmm.
to put out a project, executive produce it, all the publishing components. Streaming wasn't quite available just yet,
Yeah.
but
Still new, I feel. Yeah.
yeah, I had a great record label in Japan, Manhattan Records, that
Mm-hmm.
put out the singles and the album and flew me out to do a tour and performances for that project. And then Beauty in the Streets the following year during Dancing with the Stars dropped in 2009. Completely opposite. You know,
Yeah.
J-pop is a different sound and they love R&B, but it's also a very, very pop sound.
Mm-hmm.
So that was the first project that was limited to over there. But it was great.
Yeah.
It was experience, and I
Mm-hmm.
don't like to twiddle my thumbs or wait around for things to happen. And so I just took it as an opportunity, as a learning curve and a learning experience that I applied to all of my independent projects to this day.
Dope. Yeah, that's super dope. Like, it's awesome. And I just love it. Like, you're still doing it independent and killing it. Like, you've never stopped, like, which I love.
I
Like,
have not.
yeah, you
But a
always,
lot
like,
of people think, oh, why did Maya stop singing? How come she quit music? I don't know. Where's she at? What's she doing? What happened? You know, that's usually the conversation. But after the fourth album, Liberation, got accidentally released and leaked,
mm-hmm.
I decided that I didn't want to be in court suing anybody for any money that was owed to me. I just wanted to go independent and figure out what that was. So I met with the first black man in hip hop that owned his own masters, and his name is Jay Prince, that
Dope.
pretty much schooled me on how to do it, how the business should run, and ownership being very, very important. And then Prince came to the table and schooled me on the same thing with different types of business models and was like, stay independent. So that's kept me independent. To have heavy hitters that have been doing it or fighting for years to own,
Yeah.
especially for our culture. I've held
Mm-hmm.
on to those words and stuck to it, and it's only paid off, and it's kept me young.
I was
and
saying
not
them
pulling my
people
hair
that,
out.
yeah, and I was gonna say them people that didn't know, they weren't paying attention, because I always was like, if you're a music lover and you're a fan of you, you've always seen, like, you were always around. I feel you never stopped. You're one of the few artists literally have continuously never took a break, which is awesome. You always kept the fans excited. Like, we never not had music. I feel we always had something from you.
You might have to search a little to find it because,
Yeah.
you know, the major label system does
Mm-hmm.
huge marketing. So I'm more low key and direct to the fans. Hey, here's a project. Enjoy. Happy anniversary. You know what I'm saying? And leave it at
Exactly.
that. Whoever likes it, discovers it, it's out in the universe. It's all that it matters. It's not an
Mm-hmm.
accidental release. It's not a release date change. It's coming out, and it's coming out when I say it's coming out. Period.
I love that. I love that. But going back to Girls Cruise, I just thought it was one of the coolest new ideas to have, because reality TV has gotten so the same stuff over and over and
Violent.
over. Yeah, violent.
Violent.
I mean, it's just woman against woman, man against man. It's always so much drama, and the it was just a great idea. Like, how did it come about, and just how was it for you? Because I know you've always been more behind the scenes. You're on stage, you perform on stage, and then you live back your normal life. So how was it for you to have those cameras? And it's
Mhm.
kind of scary.
Well, I mean, I knew that I was in good company.
Okay.
But you know, they're always looking for a story, and if they don't have it,
Yep.
they're going to create it. And I just play along because I'm an actress too. So here you go. If this is for ratings, great. As long as it's not going to, destroy anything that I worked for,
Mm-hmm.
integrity. I'm all for the balance. We love a little drama.
John.
I shall give it. I love to give it. Let's do this. But honestly, it was really, really fun because I was in great company with, people that have been in this business for a long time, but also some newcomers, and just
Yes.
everybody was so talented, full of life. And I met great people, that have great spirits. So I was happy to do something different. And that was actually my New Year's resolution last year, to do something that I would normally be very, very hesitant about, because I have a lot of questions usually just so I feel secure moving in
Yeah. I don't blame you,
some
because editing,
direction
like
that's
you
not
said.
familiar. Yeah, so, you
Mm-hmm.
know, it was all good. And it was so short, though we had several episodes, I'm not sure how many, including the reunion, one and
I'm
two.
so happy you did a reunion. So happy.
Yeah, we only filmed for like 10 or 12 days.
Really? I thought you
Yeah.
were there for like a month.
No, it was so quick.
It's crazy. Well, yeah, I
Yeah.
mean, it makes sense in a way, but yeah, how TV and production make you feel like it's literally you were on there for, a whole summer. It felt like.
Right? The power of TV and editing.
Yes. Yeah, and I loved your carnival outfit. Was the sickest carnival outfit I've seen probably in all my years of seeing like different costumes. It was just super dope. Like, was that exciting getting that for yourself? Like, finding the
It
right one?
was because I've been to Trinidad Carnival before, but I've never dressed up for it. I'm like, I'm dying inside when I gotta watch everybody else in costume and dance because, like, that's something that I need to do at all times. I see a stage, I'm on it, you know, and the music is so great. Soca music, calypso music, whatever it is, I'm there. The
Mm-hmm.
steel bands, the carnival in Trinidad is obviously the best in the Caribbean. It's deemed the best and has been for the longest time, but
Yeah.
it's a sight to see. It's even so much more fulfilling when you're in it, in the thick of it, because there's so much love, you
Yeah.
know. And there's so much love, so much joy, so much freedom, male and female. You can dance together without feeling like somebody's gonna spit in your face or fisticuffs and whatnot. But it's great because it's all cultural. And
Yeah.
it's the time for people all over the world actually to come and celebrate. But there's history behind that as well. So it's not just fun and games and dance and show your body and wear a thong,
Yeah.
that a couple of people have said and try to throw me in it. But no, it's historical to celebrate
Yeah.
freedom in itself. So yeah, Carnival, trying to go
Yeah.
again once this
That
pandemic
was a
is
dope.
over.
And I pray they do a season two. something
Yeah, right?
because it was a moment. It was something different for the culture and for reality TV that we haven't seen yet. And it was because I remember a lot of people were like, "What is this?" And then when it came on, a lot of people liked it that I knew. I was like, "See, you give stuff a chance, and look
Hmm.
at it, it's better than half of the stuff out there." So it was just really, I think, refreshing. I feel, especially reality TV, because most is reality TV. So I pray there's a season two for sure. Like it
Yeah.
just, yeah. But another thing I want to talk about, I love, I always tell artists this, I feel like they don't do it enough. You always keep it fresh with the merchandise, and you always have CDs and vinyls. Artists
Not
don't,
always. That kind of just started.
you've done it enough, I feel, where you jumped on, where like you know what your fans want and like.
I just asked them on social media, what do y'all want? I haven't been able
Yeah.
to deliver everything like house slippers and keychains and this and that. But, I'm working on some other things as well.
Yeah, I love that. I keep doing it because I'm about to buy my vinyl for Christmas. I'm about to get my TKO vinyl for Christmas because about to order that next. Like you got dope stuff. Like I love, and you keep adding stuff, like you said, not tons of stuff, but just a little thing here, another new product here. Like I love that, and I just love you actually release an actual CD and a vinyl. Like
Yeah, we're from the old school,
I
My
miss
parents grew
that.
up with me. I might even release a cassette just because.
Yeah.
It's a
Yes.
collector's item, and we don't get that stuff anymore. You remember the days that we would go into the record store or wait in line just to get the little single on cassette or the
Uh-huh, the single
CD,
cassettes and the
the
cardboard.
cardboard, you
Uh-huh.
know? Oh man, and the jewel case. Just one song with a couple different
Yes.
mixes. So those were the days, the excitement and the anticipation of music when something
Yes. I used
came
to
out.
love that, and that's what I love that you have because I missed having my booklet and looking at the production and the notes, and it's just not, people don't know it today. They just want to hear the song. And I'm like, you don't know who produced it or who engineered it, who wrote it, who co-produced it. It's just, I love that you do that. Like, so happy. I can't wait to see what else you come up with. But yes, I love it. And I know you dropped I'ma Do It. Super dope song. Probably one of my favorite songs of yours. Love
Yeah.
it. Yes. Love it. Love the cover artwork. Love the vibe. And I like that, like you were saying, I think you said it previously, you keep it fresh. Like you don't have any certain genre. You just do what you feel and what you like. And
Mhm.
yeah, like how was it for you for that single?
Well, shout out to my guy Mars, Mike and Keys, the team, Becca Boom on the pen. And I just have a great team. Malcolm in the mix. He mixed the whole TKO album. And we stay in the studio. We're all musicians and
Hmm.
songwriters and engineers. So we love creating as creative beings. And I'm just thankful for great guys that know music first, but also have an
Yes.
ear to the street, work in the street, with
Hmm.
a plethora of different types of artists of different genres. They can produce gospel, they can produce R&B, pop, dance music, whatever it is, rap, hip hop, classic hip hop,
Hmm.
trap. And so you have guys that can craft anything, but it's now more so about what fits the actual artist.
Hmm.
And so working in close proximity with people as a unit, they get to know you and they know where you've been, what you've already done, your prior
Hmm.
releases. Okay. But honestly, this is all about the fans because I
Yeah.
talk and we talk. We chop it up in the DMs, we chop it up on public posts, right on Instagram. I'm not so much on Twitter anymore, but they tell me what they want. They've
Hmm.
gotten slow jam EPs, pretty versatile EPs, the pop
Yeah.
or J-pop albums, the mixtape, as well
Hmm.
as the two R&B traditional and contemporary albums, TKO, Smooth Jones. And I'm like, yo, what do y'all want next?
And
Okay, well, you just released I Deserve It. Let's turn up.
so,
You released Space and Time. Let's get an R&B track. They tell me what they want. So being independent, I have the freedom to do that.
hmm.
Release anything at any time and it actually come out and see the light of day. I don't have to wait 2 years for a budget to open up because I am the budget. I generate the budget myself by grinding. So I constantly serve and I don't ask my fans, here's a GoFundMe, and that's okay. But I might if y'all want
Yeah.
video.
Yeah.
But I really just poured in to the music. And that's why you constantly get projects, constantly get music videos as well. But all of it is very, very costly. And, I haven't even focused on major marketing or major radio because I wanted to serve bodies of work because tomorrow's
Yeah,
not promised.
definitely. Yeah, and I love, like you said, I love that you actually connect with the fans. Like, especially because I feel like when you're signed to a label, you're so kind of distant from the fans. Like you can't, and that's before social media was around. So really, you only seen them at a meet and greet, and that was a quick hi, bye, here's an autograph. I feel it wasn't the communication that I feel like you could do with artists and meet your fans. I think it's so dope. Like you keep it, you just don't, because a lot of, even today, some people that are independent, like don't talk to their fans. And I'm like, I don't get it. Why? Not that you need to talk to them every day, but you could. It's so
Well,
easy.
I don't know. It's just, I don't know. I love music too. So
Yeah.
I would be doing it for free anyways. And I love how it makes me feel. It can be your
Yeah.
therapy, it can be your entertainment, it can be your escape, but there's
Mm-hmm.
something magical about it. And it's always been like that for me since I was a little girl. And I just want to share that experience with other people, whether it's in the bedroom, in the club, in the strip club, in the whip, while you're cleaning your house. If you want to wind down one time and bust it, I don't care.
I think
It's all for you. You know what I'm saying? If you want to make babies,
definitely.
it's all there because I am
Yes.
all of those things.
Yes, I love it. And to wrap up, you know, I know you're so dope with being vegan. What are the first steps for someone that wants to try? Because I want to try it. I haven't yet. What?
Oh, well, the first thing to know about vegan life is that you're not depriving yourself. It's not rabbit food, unless, of course, you want to have just a salad, a dry ass salad. But you can have pizza, you can have burgers, you can have mac and cheese, vegan crab cakes, barbecue wings, barbecue ribs. It's all vegan, made out of plant-based ingredients. Sometimes it's chickpeas or a plethora of beans mixed with certain seeds,
Mm-hmm.
like flaxseed or sesame seed, hemp seed. Sometimes it's tofu. That's not in every vegan food, but you can really make your own cheeses, your own milks. And there's so many other products out here as well that exist, plus restaurants. And it's not expensive like people think when you're buying in bulk and making everything yourself. When you want to eat out, that's always expensive no matter what you eat. And it's so
Yeah.
good. And you would be surprised to know that you already eat vegan food. If you like candied yams, it's just really a substitute.
Yeah,
Substitute
that's
the
true.
marshmallows for vegan marshmallows. There's no animal bones or body parts, etc. Vegan butter instead of your regular butter, or Crisco if you cook with animal fat. So there's a
Mm-hmm.
lot of different things that you can do instead of milk or ice cream. You can get the non-dairy, dairy-free version. The nut-based milks are incredible and more healthy and have a lot more calcium as well. So get this free starter guide. I break it all down,
Okay.
and you can literally arm and prepare yourself and boost your immune system and gain a lot more in your life. Mental clarity, because there's less mucus in your system, unless
Mm-hmm.
of course you're still consuming white flour, white sugar, white bread, white pastas, made from flour. And so you want to get the more healthy versions, and because there's tiers to vegan as well.
Yeah.
Not one is better than the other, but there are other healthy levels of that, is what I'm trying to say. And there's the processed junk food vegan, which I started
Right.
as and gained weight,
Yeah.
you know. And then the more healthy, balanced vegan, a little bit of processed, but more raw, whole foods, living foods. Um, and then you have your completely raw vegan, etc. But the starter guide is available on myamaya.com/lifestyle for free. And there's just so much information. It's like the cliff notes to going vegan.
I know. I just need to do it and stop thinking about it and just, like you said, it's probably things I've eaten already that already
Yeah.
are
You like
vegan.
collard greens?
I love collard greens. Exactly.
Yes. You like candy
It's
yams?
I like candy yams.
You like rice and
So
peas and cabbage? You like plantains?
I like plantains. I do
That's
like
a lot.
that.
You like pancakes?
I love
Waffles?
pancakes.
You just
Love
boil the
waffles.
egg, use a substitute for the egg, if any, and then use a plant-based milk.
Yeah, see, and I don't think of it like I just think like, oh, it's impossible. Like, I don't know. I just have to do it. Like you can't think about it, you just got to do it. So, but I
Yeah,
appreciate you
super
for
easy.
yeah, I appreciate you though for keeping it like letting us know and keeping everyone updated with it and doing the challenges and super dope. Like definitely inspiring because I feel you gotta like you just gotta stay healthy now because especially right now with a pandemic we don't know. So our immune system is like everything.
Yeah.
But it's crazy. But I want to thank you so much for your time. I appreciate you. Can't wait to see you in person in the future. And I pray they reschedule Lovers and Friends Festival because I know you're on that lineup. I
Yeah.
bought a ticket. I bought like a VIP. I didn't even want a media ticket. I want a VIP front ticket because I just the lineup was amazing. I was so happy you were on it. But I hope they reschedule that. But thank you so much. I appreciate it. Can't wait to see and hear what other new projects and music you have coming out. And yeah, stay safe.
Thank you so much for having me. And just two more things. The next single comes out Christmas Day,
Okay.
12/25, and I'm so happy. I'm very proud of the song.
Okay.
Um, and it's a powerhouse ballad, by the way. So look out
Love
for that.
that.
And we're doing a detox January 4th after all the holiday, cravings and leftovers and house
Mm-hmm.
hopping and back to back eating. We're going to cleanse our systems with master holistic healer and best-selling author Queen Afua, who's assembled a detox kit,
Okay.
and it's available now for 50% off. You might want to get it now because it may take more than a week to ship to you, and be prepared to take that challenge on January 4th, and that's at MYADetox.com. And I felt so good when I did it this month, and I have not backtracked from that
Mm-hmm.
point. So I'm feeling amazing and creating amazing things because of it. So there's some magic in the potion that she got going on. So please join. And until
Definitely.
then, much
Yes.
love to everyone and stay safe out here and happy holidays. I
Yes.
hope you like the new single. I'ma do it. Next one on the way, Christmas Day.
Oh, well, thank you so much, Maya. I appreciate you.
Good to see your face.
Okay, you too. Talk
Okay.
soon.
All right. Peace and
Okay,
blessings.
bye.
Bye.